Hey everyone, it's your boy DK Bones here with some news from the DCU. Of course, I guess with some Batman news on possible rumors of the script, possible casting, and also Reeves Batman. This comes out of comic book movie.com. James Gunn on Alan Richardson as Batman and DCU's Cape Crusader was different from Robert Pattinson's. So I don't know if they're already attaching him uh, to be in, as Batman. I think it's just fans wanting him as Batman. DC Studio CEO, co-CEO James Gunn comments on the fan casting of Alan Richardson as Batman and comments on the need for DC use Cape Crusader to differ from Matt Reeves' crime saga. This is according articles written by Mark Julian. Um, could the world soon have two live-action Batman actors leading separate film franchises at the same time? That might be the case, but Matt Reeves is finally making headway on a Batman Part 2. It was at the I think beginning of the month, the end of last month. They had a script for that, and the DCU has the Brave and the Bold waiting in the wings. On the Batman 2 front, there appears to be going on at the moment. Gunn, like I said, Gunn on the notion that he's pleased with the script that Matt Reeves turned in for Batman Part 2. Look, before we get into more of the article, I don't know, I wasn't a big fan of the Batman. It was decent. I don't know. I didn't really like Robert Pattinson as the Batman. It was grimy and gritty, different take on things, but I don't know. I just didn't like it. I mean, I think I've seen it once or twice, but to me, it wasn't the greatest. And also, as people fan casting Alan Richardson, he might look like the part for this, like muscular Batman, but him as Bruce Wayne, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. But I could be wrong. And I'm not the one casting these people. This is my opinion. You continue for sure. We're headed in the right direction, but there's still some things we have to work out. But it is headed in the right direction for sure. I guess that's based on Alan Richardson front, I guess, or the script. Conversation then shifts towards the DCU Batman. Oh, he's talking about Reeves Batman. The conversation then shifts towards the DCU Batman and when he might debut, or when the Brave and the Bold could be released. On the release of Brave and Bold, Gunn stated that DC Studios would probably not release two separate Batman movies in the same calendar year, as that might get too confusing for the general audience. Yeah, it would confuse the hell out of people. The Batman Part 2 is officially set to theaters, U.S. theaters, on October 1st, 2027. So we might not get a DCU Batman until after that. Or if they push it, no, it's not going to come out until like 2028. From based on what they're saying here, because there's no way they can have anything ready for next year. And if Batman Part 2 comes out in 27, then the DCU's Batman probably won't come out until 2028 or later, which I think is a mistake. But yeah, that's you need to get the Batman and Wonder Woman in the mix sooner. I mean, you drop Superman, you might as well get the Trinity on board. Switching gears, the conversation then turned to the popular fan casting of Alan Richardson as the Dark Knight and what Gunn thought of the idea. Gunn, I'm a big Alan Richardson fan, both as an actor and as a guy, said Gunn. He then paused, seemingly carefully measuring his words before adding, let's just see what happens. So that, I don't know, these rumors of fan casting, I don't know, I just don't see him as Bruce Wayne, Batman, yeah, maybe. But Bruce Wayne, no. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but yeah, he looks. He has the build for that style of Batman, but and he is he. I don't know. I mean, I said the same thing about Ben Affleck, and I liked him as Batman. Article goes on to say, Happy Sad Confused podcast host Josh Horswit then rightly points out that Gunn will need to differentiate his Batman from Robert Pattinson's version, to which Gunn replied that was always going to be the case. What two Batmen had the same vibe, Clooney and Kilmer, is the same director. You know what I mean? Do I ever think about who I would cast? Sure, there's people out there I think about, but let's see where the script comes in. It's not the first so long. We have things are much further along. So they're not going to say anything. They might have something by this weekend on who they're casting for Wonder Woman, possibly, but from the sounds of this, they're not anywhere close to finding the person for Batman until the script is done, I guess. Earlier this month, Gunn confirmed that he's not writing script for Brave and the Bold, as there's a writer hammering away on it, but nevertheless, he's heavily involved in the film's development. Director Andy Muschietti, I don't know about him being attached to this. Attended the Superman red carpet premiere yesterday evening, so it seems safe to assume that he's attached to the movie. I don't know about that. I didn't dig The Flash. I think it had something to do with the person playing The Flash, but it wasn't my favorite. I don't like what they did with Supergirl. I like that they brought Keaton back, but yeah, we'll see what they do. See who they cast as the Batman. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you think they should cast as Batman, or do you think they should have two Batman people playing Batman in two different franchises at the same time? Um, I don't know. I think it would get tricky with the fans, especially with so-called comic book movie fatigue. I don't know. Anyways, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, comment, dislike, follow me on all my channels below, and I will see you guys on the next one. See you.